Why do we have fuel price hike every other time? Because our refineries are not functional. What is the use of a diamond you cannot see? It doesn't have any use. You only bear the name. That is what our crude oil has become to us, a diamond that we can't see. How do you wake up in one God-forsaken day and then you increase the price of the only commodity that has multiplier effect? I am in Bonny as I speak with you now. Coming from Bonny to Port Harcourt is 9,000 naira in a journey that is less than an hour. Is that not madness? So it is going to multiply across all other facets of our national lives. Food will increase. Transportation will increase. Livelihood will become a burden next to debt.
But the federal government said they did not instruct NNPC to increase the prices of fuel.
That in itself is an indictment. NNPCL is a product of the government. The appointees of all NNPCL were made by who? Is it by me? It is not by me. It is by government. So they are answerable. NNPCL is answerable to the federal government. They have no liberty to increase fuel price without the consent of the government. Number one. Two, what happens to our Petroleum Industry Act? Does NNPC have the monopoly to increase price? Is it a government establishment? What about the free market economy, which the Petroleum Industry Act?
NNPC is a limited liability company, don't forget.
Yes, it is limited liability, means that they don't have exclusive monopoly to determine the prices of any product. It is just like Ray Power. It is just like channels. It is just like TVC in the communication and industry.
Regulatory.
Yes. So you cannot just wake up one morning and begin to increase prices.
No, but when Dangote was interviewed just yesterday, a journalist from Arise News asked him a point-blank question. Yes, we want availability of petroleum products. Yes, Nigerians are happy about your refinery. What about the price? His response was this. The price determination of petroleum product as it is going to be coming from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation as a regulatory body.
No. We need to have a regulatory body. NNPCL is not a regulatory body. It's a company. NNPCL is a company. NNPC has been broken into different franchises. With NNPCL, the company aspect of it, the government is in the center of this. And let me tell you why. This is happening right now. It's a preemptive move to test the waters, to test the resolve of Nigerians, if they will still remain gullible the way they used to be. But I can tell you that Nigerians have gone past gullibility with the reality of the economic crunch that is facing them. There will be action. Why do I say it's a preemptive move? Dangote is most likely to sell his product below the current price. And that will be tantamount to coup for those who have held us hostage all these years.
Well, I'm sorry to disagree with you on that.
Okay.
Some experts that have been asked on the price of what Dangote is going to be selling, just like I said yesterday, have predicted that most likely Dangote's price is not going to be going below what it is right now.
It will.
Remember that NNPC has also said that they have a backlog of subsidy that needs to be paid to the tune of about $12 billion.
What is our business with subsidy and Dangote's fuel? Subsidy was paid by the federal government. Dangote is a private refinery company.
Dangote has an arrangement with NNPC for NNPC to supply them 450,000 barrels of crude every day.
That is business. The output of that refined product is not for you to determine. It is for Dangote to check his cost and benefit and then reel out the price that is feasible for him to make a marginal profit from. It is not for national NNPCL to determine that for him. Is government determining for NNPC how much to sell their gas? I am asking you questions.
But that's what Dangote said. That's what I'm saying. So
what Dangote is saying is that he is playing to the gallery because those who have held us this hostage are the ones holding him by the jugular. If not, if I import rice into this country, are you going to tell me how much I'm going to sell my rice? Because you have, as a regulatory body, has given me timelines and framework to work within. And if I'm within that framework, why would you not determine price for me? That is to tell you that there are those saboteurs, those Draculas that have been sucking our bloods dry. They are also manipulating now to see that their exploitation can be sustained.
So yesterday or 3 days ago, the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress came out and said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had betrayed them, owing to the fact that one of the major reasons they accepted the 70,000 minimum wage was centered around the fact that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu promised that fuel price was going to be where it is. But just yesterday, the presidency also came out and said the actions and the words of NLC and TUC is what they call dirty politics. That the president never made any agreement that is not stood by. What's your take on that?
See, this government, this particular one, and the preceding leaders we have are the most insensitive set of people the world can ever witness. You know why I'm saying this? Go back to our 60s, 70s, and 80s when our resourcefulness was at the peak and the world was standing up for us, innovation. Who were the beneficiaries of that time? These same leaders that are putting us in the harm's way are the greatest beneficiaries of that time. Free education, they witnessed it. Employment at the point of graduation from school, with some attachment, they got it.
Free feeding.
These are things they enjoyed in the 70s and the 80s. Do you remember? If you don't, let me remind you that between 1981, 82, and 83, the dollar was less in value than naira. Do you know that? If you don't know, I am telling you, go and confirm. But these same leaders who their penchant is primitive accumulation of wealth have retrogressed our economy to the point that, as I'm speaking with you now, a dollar is worth 1,700 naira in less than 30 years. That is madness. So, this government refuting what NLC has said is simply dancing naked in the open. Let me tell you why. When the NLC were negotiating with the government, I am a little bit privy to it. The reason why they accepted 70,000 naira as against 250,000 was the pendulum that was weighed in front of them. If you are going to take this 250, we are going to do this. What is that they want to do? Increase fuel. NLC say no. Because we know the multiplier effect of increasing fuel price. Therefore, if it is that, we will accept the 70,000, but then remain where you are. So if it is now behind the scene have come to be increased, is that not betrayal? That is betrayal.